Let's solve the solution to exercise 7 together. And in this exercise now, we have the question that we should solve the triangle completely. That is to find all the remaining angles and to find the remaining sides. In the question, we are given that length A is equals to 12 centimeters. Likewise, angle C is equals to 120 degrees. And length C, okay, angle C should be capital letter, and length C is equals to 18 centimeters. Length C is equals to 18 centimeters. Now, we are looking for, we have length A, we don't have angle A. Do we have B? No, we don't have B also. But then we have length C and angle C. So the first thing to do now, since we have this OC complete and we just have the missing angle here, so the first thing to do is to find the angle A. So we use A over sine A is equals to C divided by sine C. So making our substitution now, A is equals to 12 centimeters. We are looking for sine A. C is equals to 18 centimeters. And we have sine C to be equals to sine 120 degrees. So with ease, we can simply make sine A solve the formula. So we have that sine A is equals to 12 multiplied by sine 120 degrees divided by 18. Now, when we look at sine 120 degrees, what does it pop? What pops up in your head? Okay, let me show you what should pop up in your head. We'll have the quadrant, where we know that all sine, cosine, and tangent are positive in the first quadrant. Only sine is positive in the second quadrant, and only tangent is positive in the third quadrant, and only cosine is positive in the fourth quadrant. And in the first quadrant, the angle is ranging from 0 to 90 degrees. In the second quadrant is 90 degrees to 180 degrees. Third quadrant, 180 degrees to 270 degrees. And in the fourth quadrant, 270 degrees to 360 degrees. Now, we recall, if in the first quadrant now we have sine theta, we know that this will be positive sine theta. And we also will have cos theta. We know that we will have positive cos theta. Likewise, if we have tan theta, this will be positive tan theta, because the acute angle in this case is x is equals to theta. Now, moving on to the second quadrant, we remember that the acute angle formula is x is equals to 180 minus theta. So therefore, we are saying that sine theta is equals to sine 180 minus theta in the second quadrant. And since only sine is positive, we'll have positive sine. And also we'll have cos theta is equals to cos 180 minus theta. Since only sine is positive, we'll have negative cos. And finally, we will have negative tan 180 minus theta. This is for angles between 90 degrees, okay? For 90 degrees to 180 degrees. Now, moving on to tangent, the third quadrant, we know that it is from 180 degrees to 270 degrees. So we know that sine theta is equals to sine. What is the acute angle formula for the third quadrant? Yes, you guessed right. It is theta minus 180 degrees. So this is theta minus 180, negative because only tan is positive. Cos theta will be equals to cos theta minus 180, it is negative, but tan theta will be positive, theta minus 180. And in the fourth quadrant now, we will have it to give us 270 minus to 360 degrees. That's the range. And the acute angle formula is x is equals to 360 minus theta. So we have sine theta to be equals to negative, because whole equal sign is positive. Negative sine 360 minus theta, and cos theta is equals to positive cos 360 minus theta, and tan theta is negative tan 360 minus theta. So yeah, this is what should pop up in your head. Now let us apply this into the question. In this question now we have sine 120 degrees, and 120 degrees is in the second quadrant because it is greater than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees. So with respect to that now, let's apply the formula for sine theta in the second quadrant. So we have this. So we apply it to sine 120 degrees, and we'll have it to give us 12 multiplied by sine 180 minus 120. Now, is it positive or negative? Sine in the second quadrant is positive, so we have positive. We can ignore that in the calculation since it's not negative. Divided by 18. So this will give us 12 multiplied by sine 60 degrees divided by 18. Using our calculator for ease, 12 multiplied by sine 60 degrees divided by 18, we'll have it to give us 0.5774, which is equals to what? Sine A. Now, seeing this expression of 0.5774 is equals to sine A, what should pop up in your head? Again, let me read Bible. What should pop up in your head? What should pop up in your head should be something similar as sine x is equals to A, and x will be equals to arc sine A, cos y is equals to B, and y should be arc cos of B. Similarly, tan y, tan z is equals to C, and z should be arctan of C. So let's implement this now. So we just have to take A to be the arc sine of 0.5774, and this would give us 35.26 degrees. So now we have evaluated A. A in the question is 35.26 degrees. Now without further ado, we have to evaluate B. To evaluate B, we'll just use the sum of angles in a triangle. Now we understand from trigonometry that A plus B plus C will be equals to 180 degrees. Given that the sum of angles in a triangle is equals to 180 degrees, we have our A to be 35.26 degrees. We want to evaluate our B, and we know that C is 120 degrees, which is equals to what? 180 degrees. So with that, we can make B to formula, and B will be 180 degrees minus 120 degrees minus 35.26 degrees, and this would give us 24.74 degrees. Now we have our angle 24.74 degrees to be angle B. Let's write it, 24.74 degrees. Now all that is left is just to use B. Now we have A, we have angle B, and all we are looking for now is just B. So now let's write it into our formula. So writing it into our formula, we have A divided by sine A is equals to B divided by sine B, which is equals to C divided by sine C. We have length C, we have angle C, we have angle B, and we are looking for B. So using B divided by sine B is equals to C divided by sine C. Let's simplify now. So our length C in the question is 18 centimeters. Okay, like we have here, C is equals to 18 centimeters. We are looking for B. Our angle B is 24.74. That's sine 24.74 degrees. And the angle C is simply 120 degrees. So we can make B a little formula, and this will give us 18 multiplied by sine 24.74 degrees divided by sine 120 degrees. Now, if we apply the principle that we applied in the last lesson video, we can see now that sine 120 degrees equals to sine 180 minus 120 degrees. So doing that, we'll have B to give us 18 multiplied by sine 24.74 degrees to give us sine 180 minus 120 degrees. And this is simply 60 degrees. So we can just write 60 degrees to give us sine 60 degrees. So with respect to that, we can use our calculator and say 18 multiplied by sine 24.74 degrees divided by sine 60 degrees. And we'll have our answer to give us 18 multiplied by sine 24.74 divided by sine 60 degrees. And we'll have 8.6984 centimeters. So now we have B to be equal to 8.69. Then we can come back to this expression of image and say B is equals to 8. .6984 centimeters, which is just approximately 8.7 centimeters. So with this, we have been able to solve the triangle completely, with angle A to be equals to 35.26, as we write that, 35.26 degree, angle B 24.74, and length B 8.7 centimeters. Now we are done with sine rule. Let's take a look at cosine rule.